Time once again for our zeroing in of the Ohio State upcoming game tomorrow night, homecoming night. We bring OSU Hall of Famer aboard, Jeff Logan. And Jeff, this is Hall of Fame weekend. It's got to have a special place in your heart.
Yeah, it really does. Being fortunate enough to go into the Hall of Fame a year ago brings back those memories. But I know it'll be fun for the new Hall of Fame class. I think the entire university getting excited about homecoming and having a home game at night. Finally, for the fans, they've been clamoring for this. You got one. It's going to be an interesting affair against Minnesota.
And we're going to touch on that in just a moment. First, let's take a quick look back over our shoulder. Looking back at the Washington game, you called it, man. Ohio State pulled away in the second half again. They're just so deep.
They really are. And I think the performance of the defense has allowed Ryan Day to be very careful in terms of how he is developing Julian Sayin at quarterback. So, and you saw in that game, Woody, that we were fairly conservative in the first quarter of the game.
Right.
Go out there, learn what Washington was going to do. Don't put your team at risk. Let the defense control things and then take over. And that's exactly what happened in that game.
Talking to OSU Hall of Famer Jeff Logan previewing the Minnesota homecoming game tomorrow night. And Jeff, Minnesota coming to town with a big old freshman quarterback of its own.
Yeah, they're pretty solid. Very impressive. Drake Lindsey, who was a redshirt freshman and last week was named the Big Ten Freshman of the Week, is a guy that led a really nice comeback against Rutgers. You like Minnesota as a football team. I think they're solid. The problem is for Minnesota is they haven't played anybody, and they certainly haven't played anybody close to the talent that they're going to come into in Ohio Stadium. But I can promise you PJ Fleck will have his boys fired up for this opportunity.
You know, he may be one of the coaches that Big Ten fans choose to hate the most, but gosh dang, he gets the most out of his teams every year.
He really does. He's an emotional dynamite. I mean, he is something else with this football team. And, you know, he's the one that brought the row the boat attitude from Western Michigan to Minnesota. And you talk about two programs that are, diametrically opposed to one another. Success for them is getting to 8-4, 9-3, and getting to a bowl game. And that's exactly what he has delivered. If you were to do that at Ohio State, you'd get fired. You got to be in the college football playoff. You got to win national championships. So both programs have their goals. They're just not exactly the same.
Truer words have never been spoken. All right, Jeff, your homecoming game prediction against Minnesota. What do you got?
You know, it's interesting. This football team has not given up double-digit points to anybody this season. Only 7 to Texas. Shut out Grambling State. Ohio got 9. Washington got 6. This trend will continue. Ohio State 34, the Golden Gophers 7.
Well, I am almost in line with you. I think they may get 3 field goals. I don't even think they get into the end zone if Washington had so much trouble. I think it will be 41-9. That's my weird prediction.
I love it. I think that is spot on. So let's look for another great one. And then Ohio State's got 2 on the road following this one, and we'll talk about those in the next couple weeks.
You got it, buddy. Congratulations on enjoying Hall of Fame week as a Hall of Famer, and go Bucks.
Go Bucks.